What's going on, everybody? Kennybomb is in the building, and we have been abandoned for the month of February with no Mortal Kombat 1 content. So we got to make our own, and today we're doing just that because we're talking about Animalities. If this game is going to in fact live for 3 to 4 years like they said it's going to, then Animalities will most likely return. Now, when we had Animalities previously, they made absolutely no sense. Shiva was a scorpion. Shiva, you kind of and Scorpion was a penguin. Scorpion has to be a scorpion, right? A penguin. With an explosive egg. Now, if Animalities do in fact return to Mortal Kombat 1, of course they are still going to be goofy, but I think we can do a lot better than we did in Mortal Kombat 3. So which animal should each character be? Let's talk about it. But first, it's giveaway season, and I'm giving away an Xbox Series X, a PlayStation 5, or a Steam Deck. All we gotta do is hit 30,000 subscribers by the end of March. So drop a like on this video to spread the word, and make sure you smash that subscribe button so you don't miss any updates on Mortal Kombat 1. Now let's get into it.
Run, boy, they coming on.
Alright, so we're gonna start off with 8 characters. If you guys like this, we'll turn it into a series and keep it going. If not, cancel Christmas. We're gonna start off with 8 characters from Outworld, starting with Sindel. Where do we go with Sindel? In Mortal Kombat 3, she was some kind of purple hornet, and I think we can do a lot better than that. We know her special ability surrounds her voice. It gets loud enough to kill a man. But there's really no animal that can kill you with their voice. So we look at her next trademark, and that's her long white hair. So what can we kind of take from that to give Sindel her animal? For her to feel her inner animality? I'm going with the white wolf. Now, we all know a wolf is a very dangerous animal that will eat you if it needs to, but this white wolf ties back into Sindel's character perfectly. We look at the white hair on Sindel, matches the hair on the wolf. The wolf howls very loud and Sindel screams very loud. So after the animality, you could have that wolf howl and kind of tie it back into Sindel. But the real star of this show is the white hair on the wolf, because after the animality, you get that blood all over the wolf, and Peter ain't gonna like it, but that's Mortal Kombat beauty, so I think this white wolf works perfect for Sindel. Let's go ahead and move on to our next character, and that is Mileena. Now, Mileena's a tough one. So tough that they racked their brains so long for Mortal Kombat 3 that they exploded, and they ended up turning her into a skunk. We can't turn Mileena into a skunk in Mortal Kombat 1. We gotta turn her into something a lot more vicious. Now, of course, you want to default to something with those crazy teeth, but it's hard to get when you think about animals, something big enough with crazy teeth to represent a queen. So you kind of got to go with what you can, and I say you go with the queen of the jungle, and that is the lioness. The teeth aren't too crazy, but they are very sharp, and with this being the queen of the jungle, I think it represents Mileena very well because she is our new queen of Outworld, so we're going with the lioness for Mileena. Next, we have Kitana. Kitana's a pretty tough one. Even tougher than Mileena, because Kitana's a very sweet woman, a beautiful woman, who really has no flaws. So how do you turn her into an animal? There's really only one way you can do it. What way is that? You turn Kitana into a unicorn. Now, are unicorns real? We don't know. We just never seen them before, so we assume they aren't. But even if they aren't, Animalities are goofy, so why can't we get goofy with them? Throw some heart animations and sparkles all on the screen to make it look like it's going to be a friendship, and then boom, horn through the chest. Now we got red blood all over the white unicorn to make a beautiful animality. I think that's a lot better than the rabbit she was in Mortal Kombat 3. Let's get to that. Moving on to the next one, we have Tanya. Now, Tanya wasn't in Mortal Kombat 3, so this will be the first time she gets to feel her animality. And I think her animality choice is obvious. There's only really one thing you can go with. Think about it in your head. What should Tanya be? And when I reveal it, you probably got the same thing. Take a second. If you need to, pause the video. Now we're back. Only one thing Tanya can be, and it's a leopard. It only makes sense. Look at the color of her clothes. It just matches. It matches perfect. I mean, really, no explanation needed. Tanya's a leopard. Let's get it done. And moving on to the next one, we got the Outworld outcast, Lee May. Maybe not quite an outcast, but they don't like her, so get her out of there. Lee May's is pretty easy as well. This is going to be her first Animality also, and we see these Chinese guardian dragons she throws around, so turn her into a Chinese guardian dragon. Even if you want to fuse her with the one she's already got, that's another one that's already a layup, so you could throw that in there as well. Next up, we have Rain. Now, this one can be very, very interesting. My favorite character in Injustice is Aquaman. I never even liked him or cared about him in DC Comics until Injustice 1, but he was so good in that game, I still love him up until this day. But in Injustice 2, he had a special move where he brought water into the stage, and then a shark came in and bit his opponent. I think Rain can do something just like that, even if they wanted to recreate the same thing. Just turn it into an animality. Rain's animal is most definitely gonna be a shark. A lot better than the elephant he was in Mortal Kombat 3. It really just did not make sense. Next, we got Ermac. Now, Ermac is an interesting one because Ermac is not necessarily a person. He's a lot of people. He's a lot of different things. So how do you turn it into one specific animal? I don't think you do that. And I know they're not going to give him like 3 or 4 different animals that he can choose for the animality. So for Ermac, I think what you would do is kind of randomize it. Just like Shang Tsung can turn into different characters, just make him turn into somebody that's already on the roster. He doesn't need his own unique animality. Make him use everybody else's. I wouldn't mind if they did that. Some people might see it as lazy if they did that, but I wouldn't mind at all because based on the character, I think it would make a lot of sense. So I would give him a pass on that one. And last but not least, for the characters we're looking at today, it's going to be Reptile. Now, you might think it's obvious, turn him into the lizard thing he already turns into, but I think that's too easy. You could make him go full-blown alligator, but you know what? Let's make him go full-blown snake. Have him wrap himself around Smoke from his feet to his chest. Squeeze his body, he's looking up, boom, eyeballs pop out. The snake catches the eyeballs in his mouth and then comes down and takes the top of his body off with his mouth. Beautiful animality for Reptile. NRS, let's get cooking. So that's it for the characters we're looking at today. At this point, we're just making fun content until March when we actually get some more stuff into Mortal Kombat 1. Let me know what I got wrong. What animals would you turn these characters into? Let me know in the comment section. But if you made it this far into the video and you really want to help me out, do me a favor and drop a like on it. And if you want to see me react to every animality in Mortal Kombat 3, make sure you check out this video. But thanks again for tuning in. Bomb Squad, let's get to that.